Have you ever wondered why God doesn't change your circumstances, although you have asked, begged and pleaded Him to? God doesn't change our hard circumstances because He wants to give those hard circumstances time to change us. God isn't done with us until we are redone. He who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. Philippians 1 verse 6. God may want to bring a change in us before He changes our circumstances. 1. God may want a change in your mind from a negative mindset to receive a mind of Christ. Philippians 4 verse 8 reads, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there's any excellence, if there's anything worthy of praise, think about these things." John Homer Miller said, "Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by way your mind looks at what happens." One of the keys to living our calling, that is, doing the things God is calling us to do with our life, is learning that we are in control of our attitude. Each of us have conditioned ourselves to think in particular ways. Our thought patterns have become so ingrained and habitual that we don't feel like we are making choices in how we react to life experiences, but we are. If you want to fulfill your God sized calling, you will need to master your attitude. In the words of Charles Swindoll, life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. We can think about what is good even in a bad situation. We can choose to think biblically when it comes to the tough stuff that doesn't seem to change. 2. Circumstances may not change other times is because God wants a change of your heart. A hard heart is worse than any circumstance you face. When tough times last way too long in our lives, our heart gets hard or angry. Sometimes we feel like we are the only one who suffers and can grow resentful of others who have it easier. Let God use the hard things in our life to change us into a softer, more gentle, empathetic person. Our circumstances may not ever change, but when our heart changes, we will have the peace we long for. 3. When God changes our minds and hearts, He can use us to change the world. Through our lives, others can receive hope. God shines the brightest in our lives during our darkest times. So let's reframe our thinking. God can transform and empower us to accomplish everything He calls us to do. Remember, our past or our present cannot hamper God, neither the opinions or perspective of others in our lives affect or limit God. Let's trust Him to transfer and empower each one of us in our lives to reach up to His calling. Be blessed.